Let's do it. Hello and good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. That will depend on where you are anywhere around the world. My name is Bamisaye Victor, and I'm live from Kyiv in the Ukraine. I'm welcoming you to the program, Dear DSA. But today it will be a special program. We will not be going through letters today. As you know, we do letters and varieties. And today is one of those days where we would be activating the variety aspect of this program. And we will be reviewing one of the newly released documentaries that has been made about Dr. Sunday Adelaja and his plan for the future. And we'll be looking at this video. It's about 1 hour long, and we would come back to analyze and discuss about the video. I believe it will be interesting for you to watch. Many of you have questions. I think this video was made long ago, but it was just released recently. And I believe many of you have had questions about some of the things this video is going to address. You see the mindset of the man who we're talking about here and what he wants to do. And probably while we analyze the video, we'll talk more about maybe newer things that are not in the documentary that might be some sort of update, or probably if there's been some shift since then, we would know. We'll just be able to talk about the video and we'll be able to analyze it. So as you're coming in, I would like to check and see who I have on here, and I would like you to say hello. So let me know if you're watching now. You can just say hello, and I would be greeting you too, because you know you are our biggest friends, and we always love to see you week in, week out. So who do I have here? Who do we have here? We have Zigzikest, you're welcome. I can see Gladys Osaro, Udezuka Ikechuku, Isiuwa Semota, Daniel Adeogun, Prince Debola Sheungbadebo, you're so much welcome. I can see Ntofi, I can see Folake Arike Taiwo, Mrs. Abiola Olojo, Yomi Jegede. You're welcome. Tofi, you're watching from South Africa. Yes, you're welcome. And hello to everyone in South Africa. I can see Wale Cokes. I can see Miss Ufoma Anigoro. Miss Ufoma, it's been a very long time. I should write you one of these days, but I'm glad you're doing well. I can see Sheyi Keleb Onabule. I can see Ade Asieduwa, Frank Obatere, Alimane Thomas, Osas Iogbe. So you guys are so much welcome. You know, we always like to have you day in, day out, week in, week out. And you, while we do this, we want you also to be able to stand on your feet and be able to spread the word, to be able to understand what the world is about and the ideals that should that should guide the world, the ideals that should guide your life, the ideals that should make you a better person. And that's why we do this, because in making you better, in saying things and giving you programs that makes you better, we also make ourselves better, because we get to learn from you. We see you through your own lenses how you see life. We get to understand from your viewpoint, and we get to be able to understand the things we are unable to see because of where we are. And that's what it is about, the relationship, to be able to see better, to be able to become better through brotherhood, through friendship, and through being a family. So you guys are welcome today, and like I said earlier, we will be analyzing the video on the documentary that has been made on Dr. Sunday Adelaja. I think the guy came all the way, I believe, from UK, and he came to interview him. And after the interview, he also interviewed a few other people and made a documentary. In the documentary, he gave his own thought, he gave his own opinion, having interacted with these different people. So we'll be watching the video, and but before we do that, maybe it's time to allow me, maybe it's time to allow you guys see my guest for today, and he's usually my guest almost every other week, except if there is some changes. But today there's no change, and I have my wonderful guest, Dr. Sunday Adelaja. You're so much welcome, sir.
Bless you.
Yeah, I see. I like this your shirt today, and I see you have this smile on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also look a bit tired from the you that I know. So I believe it
just
must have been a
rushing
long
to
day.
come back. Yep.
Yeah.
Rushing to come back.
So
let's see the video.
So we'll be looking at the video today. I think, can we have the video on, please? Thank you.
Here's the little baby that is sick. The baby has been sick since birth. We're living in a country whereby if your child is sick, you have to pay to treat your child. If you don't have the money, there's a great chance that your child is going to die. How would you feel if your child is sick but you cannot afford to send your child to the hospital? We all gotta make a difference, man. I cannot stress this enough.
It's unfortunate that at this moment, we have to lose this baby.
We don't have a welfare system in Nigeria. People are suffering. People really, I came back from Nigeria not long ago and I was actually literally in tears.
Nigeria has more resources. Nigeria had more promises. Nigeria had more prophecies. Nigeria had more religion. Nigeria had more prayer. Nigeria had more opportunity. So on that premise, I could say that we have not been moving fast enough.
Nigeria is a country that I find absolutely fascinating, and so over the years I've worked with loads of people that are from Nigeria or involved in things in Nigeria, and I found the nation fascinating to explore, to research, to learn about, to get myself acquainted with. And in my research I found that Nigeria is a nation that's trying to lift itself out of a terrible situation. And in my research, one of the people that I came across was a name kept cropping up, the name Sunday Adelaja. I'd met Sunday Adelaja about a year or two ago, and I found his work and his way of thinking fascinating. When I returned back to the UK, he's actually from Ukraine. When I returned back to the UK, I discovered that he planned to relocate back to Nigeria. He's originally from Nigeria and he's been in Ukraine for 30 years, and he's planning to relocate there to cause and bring about national transformation within the next 5 to 10 years. A major, huge project, a huge undertaking. Now, I was fascinated with what he was trying to do, and I thought to myself, this would make an interesting documentary and people will be interested to know what he's trying to achieve, what he's trying to do. And when I explored and researched the work he was trying to do, it was such a humongous project, and he had put so much research into it, so much effort, so much thinking into it, and if there's anybody that could do this, he is the man. If there's anybody who's got a track record like him, then that person can do the task that he's trying to do in Nigeria. Now, to a lot of people it seems that what he's trying to do is just unattainable. He's just in a dreamland and there's no way that he can do this. But let me tell you, he knows what he's doing. He has done it before. He has had amazing results in Ukraine, and he has been equipped over the last 30 years to be able to bring the changes that are necessary in Nigeria. So what I want to do is I want to speak to him. I want to ask him questions. I want to go and meet him and talk with him and just dig into his mind to understand how he's going to do what he wants to do, how he's going to achieve it, how he's going to bring the results. I mean, I know some of it, but I think I want to delve a little bit deeper and hear it directly from his mouth. And I believe that this is going to be an amazing time for Nigeria. The next 5, 10, 15 years is going to be transforming for Nigeria if he gets involved and he begins to do what he said he's going to do.
It was as the representative of Her Majesty the Queen that Princess Alexandra of Kent returned in the evening. She was about to hand over Nigeria's constitution. She was to wish Nigeria a great and noble future. This was the moment for which the country's leaders, in partnership with British authority, had patiently worked. In handing over the documents to the Federal Prime Minister, Her Royal Highness handed over sovereignty to a new nation. This was the dramatic takeover by the new nation's own green and white flag. This was the first session of the first parliament of the new Nigeria.
Nigeria secured her independence on October the 1st, 1960. Nigerians who witnessed it look forward to the building of a great nation. They dreamt of a Nigeria that would make a mark in the history of our world. How did the giant of Africa that seemed so promising at independence come to be so unstable? More than 50 years after independence, things really haven't changed that much. Rather, they have become worse. Most Nigerians would agree that the Nigerian project of the past 55 years has failed. Nigeria has become known as a country of failed leadership, and many have been left wondering how the giant of Africa came to be in the quagmire it is trapped in. There are many that are optimistic that Nigeria is about to come out of the wilderness of leadership failure. That era of leadership failure may now be coming to an end, with a new generation searching for lasting solutions to the quest for a prosperous and a just society. So what I've discovered is that there is an army of people around the world who are passionate about doing something in Nigeria and bringing transformation. Young people taking part in charitable projects, educational projects, political projects, and they're rising up to bring change in Nigeria. So I want to show you somebody that's doing an amazing work there in Nigeria.
Dion Osage, another day in Benin City, Nigeria. I cannot keep quiet to continue to watch my people suffer because of the greed of a few people. It's wrong. I grew up in this area, in this road. Look at what people have to deal with just to have access to their homes. Eh? Come, follow me.
So there's been many initiatives and programs implemented in Nigeria, and still they failed, and there's still corruption in Nigeria. Why is this?
The ones that have failed, I need example. For instance, let's think of the fight against corruption. Why has that failed? I think
Nigeria is on a journey. That's what we all should always remember, that Nigeria is on a journey. Some will say the journey is slow. Some will say we are on the right pace. I don't know if there is a measurement or yardstick for us to know how fast we should. But if you want, I measure Nigeria and say Nigeria is slow on progress.
There are progress being made, and I would say that it is slow. I wouldn't say it's failed. It is just slow. The last time I checked, the Forbes, the most corrupt countries in the world, Nigeria wasn't even in the list of the top 10 corrupt country, whereas 3 years ago it would have, many years ago it would have been. So there are significant changes, really good improvement, but it is slow.
You know, when you get asked for near year, then I'm supposed to invest fast. You don't invest. Okay, this brick is to protect water from coming to the home. Eh? People live here. Now, not a shame. You call yourself a leader.
And for the things that do not succeed in Nigeria, I like to want to believe that too much bottlenecks in Nigeria, and gradually we're breaking off these bottlenecks. Gradually.
Well, I wouldn't want to be a pessimist, but it is very clear that if we continue this way, it is going to get worse. The system of governance we are presently practicing isn't working. Just take a look at the power sector. The federal government has no business in generating power. The solutions are there, but they just turn away from it simply because they want to control everything. It's a real shame. I don't want to be a pessimist like I said earlier, but if we continue this same federal structure, then I see no light at the end of the tunnel. Truth must be told. I see no hope for this country. The condition in Nigeria is pathetic. There is high unemployment rate, poverty level is alarming, crime rate is on the increase, and there are no basic amenities. The basic amenities in the developed countries are seen as luxuries over here. So most prefer to live abroad, even if it's just to enjoy these basic amenities. To me, I think that is why most people run abroad. They just want to grab a taste of these basic amenities and just live a normal, average life.
One of the reasons would be the rate of development in Nigeria. And when I mean development, I mean mainly to do with both economically, socially, and in terms of academics as well, and education. So that would be a contributory factor to the reason why we still have corruption in Nigeria.
I mean, I'll say to you a lot of things are actually going on well in Nigeria. But I would also agree with you that there are so many things that you would think that why should it fail? It's only common sense, come on. But then there are so many bottlenecks in Nigeria that stifle progress. There are many also, how would I call it, personal interests from stakeholders of the nations that impede, the success or the growth or seeing a project to the end. So just are the factors that I'll say, but I'd like to just believe more that more things succeed in Nigeria than are that fails. So that's my perspective.
The government authorities in Nigeria have to take more responsibility. I think that is very, very important. Again, I want to commend the current government. They are doing a lot of work in terms of battling and combating corruption and crime in Nigeria. But even at that, there are still question marks around their policies. People are asking how transparent those policies are, how fair they are, and how honest they are actually fighting corruption. And there are still question marks about whether it's politically, some of the fight against corruption, whether it's politically motivated or whether they are in fact doing that for the benefit of the country.
You have a chemist in this area. Are you aware, as a pharmacist, are you aware that this kind of thing can cause malaria? Very sure. But you live in this place or you have a business here? What have you done to call for the state government to do this road? Since this road, look at your front, bro.
We can't do anything now. We are shouting, no response, no reply.
We are going to make a movement. When I'm ready, I'll call on you. My name is John Osage, bro. Respect. It's wrong now.
And of course, we also have this corruption amongst church leaders, religious leaders in Nigeria. If we can reach them with the fight against corruption and help make them champions of this fight, it will hugely benefit Nigeria, because Nigeria is a very religious country. So being religious does not always have a direct positive implication to a country's development. So it's just like a minister out there trying to enrich himself, taken away from his parishioners, just to enrich himself, playing on the vulnerability of ordinary poor Nigerians, just to enrich themselves without any real evidence of how they are using that finance in contributing to the community. So this is annoying. I don't know how much Sunday knows Nigeria politics and Nigeria, how it works. I don't know when he left Nigeria, but surely he is a man who has achieved quite a lot in Ukraine. But we must all recognize that Ukraine culturally and in many ways is different to Nigeria. The problem that we face in Nigeria is different from the problem Ukrainians face. I think my advice to Sunday would be to, I don't know how much homework he's done, to do his homework very well, and please do bring up a well thought through plan that will benefit Nigeria. I don't know of Sunday personally, but having heard about him, read a little bit about him, as a minister of an established church of England and of Nigeria, I do also have a question mark around Sunday. I'll be honest. He's a lovely man, but I do have question mark, and this is me echoing the concerns like the Orthodox Church in Ukraine have, the concerns so many people have around him. I think I want to echo that as well. That is something that one cannot ignore. I think it's a fair criticism, and if you are going to change Nigeria, You want to be coming from a platform that is presenting us with something unique and something that we can actually trust. There are also lots of big ministers, well-known pastors in Nigeria, and I can name quite a lot of them. I mean, Ayakilomi, we have Yodepo, we have Redeemer, Redeemer Church, Oyedepo, Adeboye. So we have quite a lot of them. I mean, my challenge to Sunday would be, if these guys haven't changed Nigeria, I'll be looking forward to what Sunday would do. Yes, there is no, of course, we want to see what Sunday can achieve in terms of creating millionaires. If he's done that in Ukraine, please, don't wait anymore. Come to Nigeria and help lots of people in Nigeria who needs help. So we don't have a welfare system in Nigeria. People are suffering. Really, I came back from Nigeria not long ago, and I was actually literally in tears because people don't have ways of being assisted. These are people who have great ideas. There are governments that have many ways, too many things to do. Agriculture, for instance, is dying because nobody is investing in it. So if someone is coming to Nigeria with an NGO idea or as a charity organization, and he wants to do all these things, wow, please come and implement that. In Nigeria, we need welfare system in Nigeria. We need projects such as the ones that he wants to implement in Nigeria to help the country moving forward. I think that will be a massive achievement if he can be able to pull that up. And I'll be very much happy to support it as well.
Sunday Adelaja is the founder and senior pastor of the Embassy of God in Kiev, Ukraine. By age 33, he had built the largest charismatic church in Europe, having started with only a few followers in a small apartment in downtown Kiev in 1994. He was born in a small village in Nigeria and became a Christian in March 1986, just before graduating from high school. After graduation, Adelaja left Nigeria after he received a scholarship to study journalism at the Belarusian State University in the Belarusian Soviet Socialist Republic. He is the author of more than 300 books which have been translated into numerous languages. Sunday speaks, preaches and teaches fluently in Russian. His church has been instrumental in starting over 300 rehab centers for drug addicts and alcoholics, situated all over Ukraine and Russia. Through the Love Rehabilitation Center, many thousands of drug addicts and alcoholics have been set free from their addictions. Thousands are fed daily at the church's soup kitchen in Kiev. The church also has a program for helping homeless people acquiring skills, thus helping them back into normal life and work. His work has been widely reported by world media outlets like the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, New York Times, Associated Press, Reuters, CNN, BBC, and numerous other media outlets. Pastor Sunday has had the opportunity to speak on a number of occasions in the United Nations. He had the rare privilege of opening the United States Senate with prayers. He has spoken in the Israeli Knesset and the Japanese Parliament, along with addressing governments in several other countries. Sunday has also met with numerous celebrities and world leaders and is known globally for his transforming work that has impacted nations. He is known as an expert in national transformation. However, having lived outside of Nigeria for over 30 years, working with politicians, countries and governments, as well as being a student and expert in nation building and national transformation, his mentality has been greatly altered. He is convinced his years of experience can play a significant role in birthing a new Nigeria. Can he make a significant impact on Nigeria? For the sake of his country of birth, Sunday Adelaja has decided to relocate from Europe to Nigeria to join the efforts of Nigerians to create a better future for Nigeria, and indeed Africa. It is his plan to do something for every state by establishing concrete and tangible solutions. His primary concern is to bring improvements to the living standards and well-being of Nigerians so that they can in turn assist their fellow Africans by alleviating their suffering. But these have not always been his ambitions.
Before, I was not thinking of Nigeria at all.
Okay.
I was thinking that I was never going to have anything to do with Nigeria. I thought that that was just my place of birth, and that I will only be going there to visit my relatives and never to do anything, not ever to have anything more to do with Nigeria. I'm comfortable where I am. I thought I was comfortable. I am comfortable in Europe, and you know, I could go from Europe to any other continent in the world. I will be, you know, welcome in Australia, in America, in Latin America, any continent, in Asia. So I never even considered that I will have anything to do with Nigeria.
One of the things you mentioned before is that in your church here in Ukraine, you have seen quite a lot of success with helping drug addicts and alcoholics, and then you've also empowered them to go back out and to replicate what's happened to them in others. And how has that been significant for you here, and how is that significant in what you're trying to do in Nigeria?
Well, I think what God has done with me here is that God has used in a microscopic manner, God has used my experience in the Ukraine to teach me on what I need to do on a larger scale back in Africa. Because here, for example, we've been able to help rehabilitate and restore to the society over 42,000 really, alcoholics and drug addicts and their relatives that were not just, they don't just stop drinking or doing that, but they become successful people involved in different areas of life and, you know, contributing back constructively to the society. And that has been an experience that has helped. But when we go to Nigeria, we're not going to have too many drug addicts or things or alcoholics. It's going to be different. We already have Christians who just need to be given direction. So we want to be able to train them on how to get involved in transforming every aspect of the society as an individual. But that is the skill that God has given to me. That is the knowledge and that is the experience that the 30 years of my life in the former Soviet Union here has taught me. Now I can bring that to bearing in Nigeria and help Nigerian people not just to practice their faith in the four walls of the church, but to also be able to bring that their faith into the economy, into the political sphere of life, into the media, into the technology, science and technology, medicine, family, and every other sphere of the economy and social life.
Well, one of the things I heard you say in one of your interviews or talks is about, and I think there's a principle here that applies more than just the action, is about people in Nigeria pirating your books and breaking the copyright. So your approach was totally different, but there's a principle in the way you're approaching that problem.
Yes, because, you know, when you hear that people pirate or people do bad things, like pirating my books, they're actually stealing from me. So they're making money stealing my intellectual property. Now, when I look at that, I say, okay, that money that they're stealing from me, does it really make any difference for me? No, I don't care. I just need the word to go out. And I see that they're stealing it, but they're still spreading the word. Right. So I could gain, we could make this into a win-win. So why don't I just reach out to them? So what I've done is that I've done that, but I'm going to even do that more. I'm going to reach out to all the pirates. I'm going to give them comfort that they should not worry about being arrested or anything. And that, you know, I have done things wrong. And, you know, I know that that does not define me. It is evil. I mean, it is dangerous when we begin to define people by their failures and by their sins or their weaknesses. So even though these people are stealing my intellectual property, if I say they are only thieves and there is nothing good in them, at least I see them working hard, even though they are working hard stealing, but they are spreading the word. So why can't I just reach out to them with mercy and forgiveness? So I have decided to forgive all the pirates, pirating my books and stealing my books.
So the approach you're taking is very, very Christ-like. You know, he's not just seeing the thief or the adulterer, as everyone else is saying, stone this person, kill this person, you know, this person is a thief, this person is gay, this person is... You're seeing something different.
Yeah.
And you're taking you're seeing the good in them.
A lot of those guys that were called criminals here, that were called alcoholics and drug addicts, they've turned out to be politicians, businessmen, successful, just because I've refused to stigmatize them and I've refused to say this is who you are in totality. You know, if somebody that is, let's say, a gay person right now, that is horrible. We don't approve that lifestyle. We think it's a sinful lifestyle. We don't support it. But I still see that I stop calling gay people because I think it's offensive. If I am doing something wrong right now, let's say, and then you begin to call, identify me and call me and brand me or name me by what I do wrong. So, you know, if we try to just say he's just gay, that's the only, I mean, you name him gay.
You're pushing that person away.
Yeah, you remove all the other qualities, all the other good things that might be present in him, you're removing it. That same person might be the best student in his class. That same person might be the best worker in his company. The same person might be a job giver, a job provider, but you have stigmatized him. And when we name a man just by his weakness, we should not identify people by their failures and by their weaknesses. We should not use that to give them identity. You know, I know what I'm talking about, and I know I'm getting people that were down and out, that were outcast, that were regarded as nothing, and nothing good will ever come out of them. And I see good things coming out of them. I see them becoming better than the good ones. So I'm going to stick my neck to it.
Wow.
Yeah. So all those pirates and other people, you know, I just want to understand them, where they are coming from, and reach out to them. And I think love wins at the end of the day, because Jesus says you should not overcome evil with evil. Because if you try to use evil, I mean, if, you know, like, okay, we're going to condemn you, we're going to put you in prison, we're going to charge you, you are bad. So to use evil to try to amend evil, it doesn't work. It only multiplies evil. But if you want to really overcome evil, you must find love, kindness. So only love can overcome evil. Only good can overcome evil. That's the approach I try to use.
Now, one of the things that you're looking to do is empower people economically and the nation economically. What are your plans in that area?
I want to, my dream before I leave this earth is to help release and deliver 40 million people from abject poverty.
Let me just ask this question first. What's the situation in Nigeria with poverty?
It's very bad.
Okay.
The average standard, the poverty level in Nigeria is $2 a day.
Wow, okay.
That's very bad. And, you know, so most people in Nigeria, maybe 50% of the people will be living on $2 a day. Maybe more than 2%, I mean 50% of the country. So it's really bad.
So it's like in India, where you'll have
the rich and the extremely poor.
Yeah, so you'll have the most expensive house in the world here, and next to that will be poverty.
Yeah, okay. That's exactly what we have.
Okay, so you were saying about some of the things you're going to do to tackle.
Yeah, so the way I plan to approach poverty alleviation in Nigeria is to empower people who are most vulnerable,
right,
especially women, uneducated people, youth that are unemployed, that are graduates. So I want to start a very widespread microfinance kind of outreach. You know, a popular microfinancing outreach that will empower and give out smaller loans to people who are most vulnerable. So to men and women and who are not educated or they are not skillful, but they want to do something with their life. That's number one. Number two thing that we want to do, we want to go to every local government, every local structure in Nigeria, like every province, and empower people agriculturally. We want to empower the men and the local people and the youth to start something on the ground, to do something with agriculture. That's number two. Number three, I want to start technical colleges. There are a lot of Nigerians who are very ambitious, but not all of them could get to tertiary institutions like university on the highest level, but they are just somewhere missing. So we want to really popularize technical, the technical colleges where they could learn trade and skills. So yeah, that is, I want to be able to build a lot of those kind of technical colleges all over the country, and use that so that they will be able to do things with their hands and be able to also make a living for themselves. So that is a few of the things that we are planning to do. And I eventually want to also start a movement of helping people. I'm writing a book right now, Why You Must Never Look for a Job. I want to stop the mindset that has been sold to us from the West, that you must look for a job, that you are going to get education to get a job. I want to really reverse that in my country. I want to educate people and change the mindset of people from looking for job into creating job. I want people to know that they are the greatest investment, they are the greatest resource that need to be invested in. They need to invest in themselves, and that their skills and their aspirations, their potentials, their abilities are worth developing, and those are the things that will become products that will be marketed and give them everything they need. Nigerians are really very ambitious, and they are very passionate people, and so I think they have enough in them that they should develop, rather than going to market and sell themselves to some Uncle Sam system of trying to get monthly salary or something like that. So I want to release that book, and I think that is going to really help change the mindset, because right now what we have in Nigeria is that we have all these graduates coming out of colleges and universities looking for jobs, and they don't have jobs because they've not been taught to create jobs for themselves. And we want to reverse that, so that instead of 99% of the people looking for job, we will turn it down to at least just maybe 75% are doing things for themselves, maybe only about 25% looking for a job, needing to look for a job. That's one of my goals.
Okay, so you were invited to the Clinton Foundation a number of years ago. Why was that?
Yeah, because Bill Clinton said he's heard about me and of the work I was doing in Ukraine. So he said he was encouraged by that, even though he was also aware of some of the negative, bad stories. But he knows. He said, being the president, he knows exactly how communism works and how KGB and how your name could be. But he said, for a black man to go to a different culture from Africa, and not just Western culture where it's already a popular sight to see people from Africa or other cultures, competing equally on equal grounds. He said, but when you go to a place where they are not used to seeing someone like you, and where you are not so welcomed or not even welcomed at all, and then you need to pave the way for yourself and try to really and then to be able to impose yourself and your visibility upon the whole nation on the level of the country, that you are the kind of person that the world needs to hear.
Okay, so basically if you can do it here in Ukraine, it's going to be much easier for you to do it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going there very confident.
Absolutely.
And trying to repeat or even do more.
Yeah, because I have the formula,
okay,
and I have the algorithm, and also the experience. What I've come to understand is that the 30 years I've been living here, I've been living here for 30 years, it's unbelievable. The 30 years that I've been living here is like going to school. It's more like my preparation.
So you did this without the experience?
Without the experience, yeah, can you imagine that?
So now you're going with
now
it.
With the experience and with the potential, with the resources as well. So okay, I'm going with just from here, with over 200 people coming with me from Russia here. But then with another 2,000 people from all over the world, from England, from America, from all over the world.
But you came here without any.
Without any, just by myself.
Just
and I say, no experience,
Single
no potential, just one person. Yeah. So it's going to be much more easy. And then I have more resources now. I have, material, human, all kinds of resources that will help me to be able to hit the road running when I get to Africa.
Well,
I want to reach out to every local government and plant a clinic, put a clinic there. Another thing I want to do is to go to every local government and award scholarship to students from Muslims, Christians, doesn't matter, to everybody. And I want to take community outreach to even Muslim communities and build hospitals for them, find out if they need a mosque and build a mosque for them, just to bring harmony, understanding, and more peace and peaceful coexistence among our people. So, and this microfinance is going to be for the Muslims as well as for the Christians. So it's going to, so I want to really be able to do things that will not just be one thing, and that's one of the reasons why things have not worked in a lot of places in Nigeria. Okay. Not just one organization that's trying to serve the country. I want to go into every local, the very local place, and offer them to do some things for them that they need in their locality, not minding where they live or what religion they have and things like that.
Right. Okay. Very interesting that you say about helping to build mosques.
Yes.
Some people find that very controversial.
Yes, I think a lot of Christians, that might be one of the challenges I might face, with a lot of Christians thinking that how could you talk of building mosque for being a pastor? How could you build mosque? Well, if we want to live in one country, if we want to live in a country that is where we're going to respect and love each other, I think that we need to do some very radical acts of love to the other side, and let them be convinced about the fact that our religion is not just a religion of peace, but it's a religion of love. And we don't just talk about it. When we say Christianity is a faith of love, that we demonstrate it. I really want us to demonstrate Christianity to these people, to the Muslims in Nigeria, not by preaching to them and trying to convert them the way we have done in the past. What Christians have done in the past is just trying to go to convert them, and that way we try to love them by converting them. But what about doing it the opposite? What about going to meet their needs, to find out what they need, including building mosques for them and building hospitals for them, building schools for them? I think we will be better received if they see that we are not coming to bring division to their community, and we are not coming to enforce them to believe the way we believe, but we actually honor them and their faith as well. I think when we do that, it will give them a better understanding to know that we are the same people. And just like we want them to be happy as well. Just like we want ourselves to be happy, we wish ourselves well, we wish them well as well. So I think by acting that out in practical sense, it will be much more easier to convey the Christian message to them. That's what I think many Christians, I'm bracing myself to a lot of questions and maybe even opposition from my Christian brethren for doing this. But, I'm kind of convinced this has to be done. Just like the same thing, people ask me, how do you intend to deal with the problem of armed robbery and security in Nigeria? And I said, what I plan to do is to go on television and say, if you are a young man or woman there that is involved in armed robbery, I want to give you, in the name of God and in the name of our organization, an amnesty program. I want to appeal to every armed robber in the line, and I sign a contract, and I will show them the paper. I have a contract with the police that they will not arrest any one of you that will come here to meet with me between this period. This whole week, we're having an amnesty program. All of you could come, as many, I get a stadium or a facility that will be able to take as many people as possible. As long as you come here, what do you need? Why do you do armed robbery? Is it not just to get money? You want to get money? Okay. What about if I offer you money without armed robbery? Because when you do armed robbery, you put yourself to risk. You risk your own life, but also you risk the life of many other people that you are robbing. That might it might get violent and dirty. So why do you need to rob to get? If your goal is to get money, let's give you money. Let's give you skills and other ways and avenues of making money without going through the risk. Let's remove the risk factor. But that is not just the argument. My argument is this. I know exactly what you feel. If you become an armed robber, I want you to know that everybody is saying that you are bad. Everybody is saying that you are evil because you are an armed robber. But let me tell you what. I was as bad as you. I was as bad as you, and somebody had mercy on me. I was forgiven. I was given a chance. And I want you to know that I'm not going to call you a robber. I'm not going to call you a criminal. I know that some situation must have forced you into that. And if we will reach out to you and try to let you know that we understand, because when you come out of college and you don't have a job, when you need to feed your family, when you see your mates riding cars and living in luxury and you don't have anything, maybe you are forced into it. And if that is the situation and you really want to, give yourself a better chance of life, I want to offer you that contract. And I'm guaranteeing you that nothing will happen to you if you will come here. We have this contract, and if anything happens to you, I'm responsible. So I want just to reach out to you, just like somebody gave me that chance. I know what it means to have nothing. I know what it means to be forced to compromise your conscience and to compromise your faith. So I just want to say, I see you, that originally everybody was created good by God. Originally everybody is good. Nobody was born evil. Nobody is born an armed robber. You are not born an armed robber. Let's open a new page. Let's start afresh. Let's do something to change your situation. And I'm guaranteeing you, I've done it before in Ukraine. In Ukraine here, we have 10,000 people who are former drug addicts, former alcoholics. And these drug addicts, they were petty thieves and armed robbers as well. And we have restored them back to the society. I've done it before. And I'm going to get a few people to come out with stories and say that I was one. I'm from Ukraine, I'm from Nigeria, to say that we used to be armed robbers. God gave us this chance, and so all of you. So I'm going to say we are going to send some of you abroad. We are going to give some of you training here. We are going to just help you get back on your feet and become a normal person. That is possible. So that's what I want to do, to try to bring back the stem of criminality and armed robbery. There is a young Nigerian right now that is making dolls and is running Barbie out of town. So why don't we support? So I would like to get that kind of guy and say, why do you just make that? Everybody now wants to buy his own, dolls, because they look more like Africans and they are darker and they are, they wear the African traditional dresses and things like that. Unlike Barbie, that's just American, white American baby. And so why don't we use that and turn it into a transnational, multinational company, an international brand? So I want to get someone like that, put investment in him of how much money he will need, or help him attract as much money necessary to make that into an international brand. So that way we have 50 countries in Africa, over 50 countries, and over 1 billion people. Then we have another 400 million people living in other continents who are black people. So let's build an international, multinational corporation like that. So that is one thing I would like to do. Nigeria has so much potential, and especially the energetic people of Nigeria, intelligent people, and then the sheer number of people there. And so I think before I die, Nigeria could become in the top 10 of countries of the world. But in the next 10 years, I think Nigeria will definitely be in the top 20 countries of the world. Especially if I go back to Nigeria, we are going to see Nigeria in the top 10, in the top 20. In the next 10 years.
So undoubtedly the children are the future of Nigeria. So the young people today will be the people dominating the landscape in 10 years' time. And often there's a miseducation of the masses, and they're taught to just fit into a system rather than be their gifted self. So are you planning in any way to influence the education system in Nigeria?
Yep. I'm really very particular about that because right now 50% of the Nigerian population is between the age of 14 and 25.
Okay.
So young people, millennials, as like they say. And so these people now they have an uncertain future. And the future they have is thinking of getting education and getting a job. But that belongs to the past. I want to be able to create a system whereby people will know that education is no more what it used to be. Education doesn't guarantee you a happy or secured future anymore. The only kind of thing that guarantees you a secured future is self-development, self-education, self-development, and individual acquisition of skills. So that is what I think that we need to emphasize right now to the youth of Nigeria, that they should emphasize personal development that will lead to creativity and the release of individuals' hidden potentials.
Let's talk about healthcare. So obviously, medical healthcare facilities in Nigeria. Is there anything you're looking to do to improve that situation?
No doubt, no doubt. Health care is a big thing in Nigeria. We have most of the doctors that were trained by the nation are actually not residing in the country right now. Most of them have left the country for greener pastures. So most of our doctors and nurses are overseas somewhere, trying to survive. So people have put survival above national interest, and you can't blame them because they cannot stay in the country because the country cannot adequately reward them. So what we want to do is to try to first of all get in touch with Nigerians in diaspora and try to come up with constructive ideas from them and hear them out and hear what they would like to do, what they think that must be put in place for them to come back. I'm already working with some group of doctors of Nigerian descent in diaspora. So they have some of their ideas on how we could entice our professionals back into the country. And then besides that, we're also having a plan of building a clinic in every single local government area in Nigeria. But apart from general clinic that is just going to help people, treat people's sicknesses, I personally have a dream of having a diagnostic center in almost every region of the country, so that people will be well diagnosed, and they could be the diagnostics that are given to people will not be with errors and mistakes that lead to death, but they will have more sophisticated and medical technology and equipment that will be able to prevent a lot of death. So that's another thing that I'm looking at doing.
What would you say to the millions who have left Nigeria and gone outside? What is your message to them?
There are two messages to them. To the Nigerians in diaspora, I would say some of you who are tired of just being sojourners in other people's lands and you want to contribute, you want to begin to do something positive for your people, join our team. Maybe you are concerned and worried about resources, how to take care of your family back at home, how to take care of your children who are in school and colleges here. Or maybe you are concerned about your income, how it's going to drop, or your standard of living if you go to Africa. Well, we can talk about that, and you will not have to worry about that. At least we will try our best to make sure that your standard of living and your income does not come lower than what you have right now, whatever country you're living in. That's number one. Number two, I also want to talk to those Nigerians who are doubters, who don't really believe what I'm saying and think that this guy is just off his mind. good. I would like to say you have the right to that doubt, and you should doubt. You don't have to believe me, because there's been so many promises, and things have not worked out. So I'm not going to tell you to believe me. You don't need to believe me. Just stand outside and watch. But when it happens, I would like to congratulate you as well.
You mentioned about having the TV programs.
Oh yes, we're going to have all kinds of TV programs. I'm going to go to Nigerian film industry, Nollywood, and I'm going to introduce myself to them, and I'm going to ask the top directors and actors to gather together, and I want to have a meeting with about 1,000 of them, the top producers, and I want to sign a contract with them. I want to sign a contract of mutual agreement with them, mutual understanding. And we are going to train them, and we are going to exchange ideas with them. I'm going to bring people, and we are going to train them how we should use media to execute this agenda of changing the value system of our country. And I'm going to tell them that entertainment is not enough, and that if they will partner with me, anything they need, we are going to be able to agree with them. If they need some financial partnership, or if they need some sponsorship, if they need some help from my side, we're going to give them that help. But for the sake of the nation, and for the sake of building a new country in our generation, I'm going to challenge them that we should put value system above all things, and we should declare war against vices in our country, against every evil, negative thing that Nigeria has been known for. And there is nothing that can do that more than the media, film industry, and all that, movies and things like that. So I'm going to meet with them. Then I'm going to have another meeting with Nigerian entertainment world. Nigerian entertainment and music industry has been growing, exponentially. And I'm going to meet with the top 100 of the stars, of the music stars. And I'm going to reach an agreement and a mutual understanding with them as well. And we're going to come with a contract also that through music, that they should begin to produce music that is not, propagating all the naked women and abusive of nature of women and all kind of, just those kind of black American kind of entertainment that they have begin to copy, and we'll begin to train them, and I will agree to them for them to just listen to me and for a week and come through the training. And any one of them that will agree, I will beg them for the sake of raising up a new generation of people, so that we will remove devices and we will still do the beat, we will still do, but we will bring new content that are not just entertaining, but content that are going to build, content that are going to form. So people are being entertained, but at the same time they are being formed, they are being built, they are being constructed to be a nation of virtues and a virtuous nation and these are instruments. So music is going to be an instrument and a vehicle to build a new nation. Movie industry, entertainment industry will become a vehicle of building, not just of getting people to have fun, but also of building integrity, building values, building principles that will all be geared towards one goal of constructing a new nation and building up a virtuous people.
Okay.
I'm going to go and give scholarship to 1,000 Africans. I'm going to go into every African country. I'm going to give 5 to 10 scholarship to, from 5 to 10 people, scholarship to 5 to 10 top people, the top minds between the age of 20 to 40.
Having met Sunday and spoken to him, I realized that this man is actually either insane or he's genuine and he can do what he says he's going to do. And I've seen that he has the character, he has the qualities, he has the skill, he has the historical evidence that he's capable of doing what he wants to do in Nigeria. And he's inviting people from all around the world to join him, either short-term or long-term, to relocate to Nigeria, short-term or long-term, to be a part of history. And this is your opportunity to be a part of history. So if you want to take part in what he's doing in Nigeria, you want to support in any way, you have some skills, you have some talents, you have some abilities, and you have an expertise in some area, you can go to his website and you can make contact and apply to be able to be a part of what he's doing in Nigeria. So let me say again that I've spoken to him, I've asked him questions. Though his plans seem insane, he is more than capable to achieve what he's trying to achieve in Nigeria. He's put a lot of effort and time and detail in his strategy and his plan. So he's not just going there and then hoping for the best. He's actually planned this to the last T, to the last dot on the I. Okay, so he's planned it well, and if you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of history. The African giant Nigeria is a nation clamoring for change. Having weathered countless storms and many challenges, the desire for a Nigerian rebirth has become the cry of this nation rich in potential. Can the sleeping giant awaken as a dominating force on the global landscape? A new storm is brewing, one that challenges the corruption and deceit. A new generation of Nigerians believe that this is not the time to sit idly wishing for change. They are heeding the clarion call to awaken the spirit of nationalism and patriotism. A new day could be on the horizon. The clouds may be revealing rays of hope. We may be about to witness the blossoming of Nigeria.
All right, that was a very, very interesting watch. It was a long one, and it was worth every minute. I mean, I believe that video was made about at least 2 years ago.
No, just made now, just released this week.
And I mean, just released, but probably
it's been in the production.
In the production, yeah, for that long. Because for me, I had seen your plan. That will be going to 4 years now, since 2015, and I know before, because you gave us a very annotated presentation. You showed. I saw all of those slides. Or even not, if I don't think I saw many of them. I think many will be the right word to use. And after then, you've done a lot of presentations on Nigerian Transformation Project. My own first question will be, what inspired you to start this? But before you answer that, I would like to inform our viewers that with what you've watched, we are inviting you to call in. You can call in, and what you need to do is to write Move Agent Madik on Facebook Messenger that you want to call, and our producers will call you back, and then you'll be able to give your contribution. We want to hear your thoughts, what you think, and your input to what you've seen today from this documentary. So DSA, what inspired this novel idea?
The idea of
going back to Nigeria to transform it. Not even just the idea, the whole courage, the belief that I can do this. What gave birth to
that? Like I said in the video, I never thought of Nigeria. I thought I was going to die here and would be buried here, and I never thought I would ever need to go back to Nigeria. But God challenged me to do that. I had an encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ in 2015. And in that encounter, in that encounter, God challenged me to go back to Nigeria and fix it. And to cut a long story short, the ultimate goal is to make Nigeria the premier nation, the first Christian nation in the world. We are going to become the first Christian country in the world. We are going to restore Christianity, and we are going to have decent standard of living. So that is on one hand. On the other hand, when after the Lord has spoken, for me, once I'm convinced, once I know that God is giving me the charge to go ahead, the other things are simple. The other thing that is giving me the confidence that I'm going to do it is the knowledge that God had prepared me for this past 30 years for what I'm doing. And something that I've done before, and my experience in the Ukraine is giving me the confidence that we are going to be able to change Nigeria as well, even though it's going to be on a larger scale in Nigeria. But I've been educated by God. I've been trained behind the iron curtain, and I have some experience in that, in changing a nation. So that is a part of the reason why I'm confident. And then I'm also confident because I know of the potential resources that God is preparing for me and for Nigeria to be able to turn things around. So, I don't even have any doubt. I don't have any iota of doubt that we are going to turn the country around.
But you've been speaking about this for quite a while now, and of course there's been a lot of backlash. Are you not having are you not rethinking it? Maybe these people,
second thought.
Maybe these people will not be worth it after all.
Yes, I started to think about that especially with all kind of threats and hatred and anger, they are behaving as if I'm their enemy, and they are treating me as if I am, I needed to be fought and I needed to be stopped. So they don't know that I'm actually coming to help them, but they are behaving as if I needed to be, liquidated. So if I were to be doing this for Nigerians and for the people only because they are Nigerians, I would not be doing it. I would not have the motivation to do it, because I think there might be other people who might be willing to receive my help without so much danger as the danger I will be exposing myself to if I will want to change Nigeria. So I think there will be less danger in other places, in other civilized places than in Nigeria. So if it's just to do it for Nigerians, I will not be doing it. But I'm doing it for God. And I'm doing it because God has trusted me with much. To whom much is given, much is also demanded. I know that God has prepared me all my life for this. And so I'm going to do it for God, for my own sake, and then for the sake of Nigerians. So, but I'm not getting motivation from Nigerians to do it.
All right.
I'm not encouraged by Nigerians today. I'm getting discouragement from Nigerians. But I'm still going to do it because I'm not doing it just because of them. Though I'm doing it for them, but not because of them.
That's a rather interesting one, because sometimes out of our own goodwill, we are made victims of that same goodwill by people who don't want the help we have to offer. But it's just that it gets a little too late before people actually do realize that they need what they are rejecting. And I hope that would not be the case for Nigeria. In the video, one of the people who was interviewed, and of course, before I ask this question, don't forget that we are ready to take your calls. If you want to contribute, don't forget to write Move Agent, and we are going to take your calls, and we want to hear from you. Yeah, one of those who was interviewed made a statement, and out of many of the things he said that in Nigeria there are many things that are working than are not. What do you think? Do you agree with him?
Yes, I think he's a patriotic Nigerian that just needed to say something positive about Nigeria. He just wanted to be positive. It's delusional. It's a lie and is a delusioned person for saying that. Nothing works in that country. So to say there are more things that work than what don't work, it's just delusional. That is the only way to say it. We need to rebuild the country. I am going with the attitude that nothing works and that nothing is good there. I am bracing myself to the greatest challenge and work of my life. I'm bracing myself to go and face some of the impossible situations, anywhere in the world. And that's what we are going to prepare ourselves for. I'm going to go there with the determination to rebuild the country, assuming as if there is nothing on the ground. That is the attitude that I'm having as I'm going back to Nigeria. And we only need 10 years to turn it around.
Like one woman said, she said, I prepare for the worst while I hope for the best.
Yep.
So probably it's always good to have the worst case scenario in mind. And the worst case scenario is that nothing really works in the country. The next question I would like to ask is your own opinion, because the guy who did the documentary, one of the guys who was interviewed too, was of the opinion that in the country we have giants, church giants like Adeboye, Oyedepo, and he said if those guys cannot change Nigeria, he can only wait to see what you can do. What do you think about that, or what do you have to say about that? Because with the amount of resources those guys control, the amount of people they control, what will be the difference? Of course, I know many of them, but for probably people who are watching us for the first time, who will be wondering, you are a pastor and probably you've been through the same thing. So if they cannot change Nigeria, what is it that you have that would make you, Dr. Sunday Adelaja, different from them? And they're not just different to say you are going to do just better than them, but to be able to do what they are not even attempting to do.
Okay. Number one, if you look at that video again, that film again, you will notice that the Englishman that is taking the interview has more faith in what Pastor Sunday is able to do than the Nigerians that he's talking to. The Nigerians are saying that he cannot do it, or maybe we are not sure, because we have all the people here, they have not done it. So what is the proof that Sunday can do anything? But the guy is the journalist who is trying to convince Nigerians that this guy has a different pedigree. That is the difference. Let me tell you what. When Oyedepo came on stage and came to Lagos, nobody believed that he would be able to do what he did. And he did it. When Adeboye was just put there in the place of the former GO, everybody was expecting the same thing that the GO and the other GOs had done before him. But he came and left a mark. He did something that nobody has ever done. Kumuyi too. So why is it that people don't think that I will bring my own uniqueness to do something that they too have not done, just like they have been able to do what other people before them had not done. So my own uniqueness is formed from who I am and have been trained to become. I was born in Nigeria, but God gave me unique experiences that those people don't have. No other Nigerian no other Nigerian GO has the experiences that I have, or the training and preparation that God has given me. Did I choose that? Did I choose to have that unique experience? I didn't. God did. So I've been packaged in a way by God and situation and circumstances that I've become the person I've become. And you see, we are a subtotal of our life's experiences, information, and values. So I have my own unique, distinct experience, information, and value system that have formulated my worldview. So my worldview and philosophy of life is totally different from the worldview and philosophy of life of those people that they are talking about. But from their own worldview and philosophy of life, they have evolved and they have been able to do what they did because that is their own belief system. And their belief system reproduced who they are in the country. But my own belief system is the total adjacent of what they have. and is going to reproduce the value system and the result that is in line with who I am and what my worldview is and what my philosophy of life is. And what are my philosophy of life? My own philosophy of life is, first of all, the gospel of the kingdom. And the gospel of the kingdom, nobody preaches it in Nigeria, at least that I know of. And even in the world, you could hardly find anybody who preaches the gospel of the kingdom to transform nations. And that's what I've done. That's my experience. And that's my belief system. That's my expertise. That's on one hand. So that belief system and my experience and my worldview could tell you what to expect from me. The same thing, my value system. So what is the value system you see in the people you see on ground? Most of the people you see on ground, their value system is just to take people from earth to heaven, to make them make heaven, and to build their own big ministries. But people who have studied me will see that my own value system is not just to make you go to heaven. I actually believe that you're already in heaven if you are in Christ Jesus. So what we need to do now is to bring heaven to the earth and make the kingdom of God become, to come to the earth as it is in heaven. That's my value system. And I've done it and I've demonstrated that already, which means that, and my value system is not to build my own name and my own ministry, but to build people up, to make sure that everybody can do exactly what I've done. That if anybody has ever done anything in life, and if anybody has ever been successful, that we should make sure that everybody comes to the same level. That I am a ladder to make everybody else come to my level. But that is not the value system that they have. Their own philosophy of life is that they will be the father and then everybody else will follow them and be paying homage to them. Well, so the value system and the worldview and the philosophy of life of each individual produces the kind of result we see in the country. So because they have not, why have they not been able to do what I'm planning to do? Because they have different value system and philosophy of life, and they have different worldview. Their worldview cannot produce what they don't believe, what they don't see. You can only create what you see. So they are seeing different things, and what they see is what they produce. And what I see is what I'm talking about. So it is the content of the individual that determines what they produce and what they can do and they cannot do.
That's quite profound and explicit. So it means that within the confines and the construct of their own worldview, they are successful.
Yes, because that's their worldview and that's what they see, and they are hugely successful. That's why Pastor Oyedepo, for example, is bragging that he is very successful. Everything works here in our Canaan land. We have 24 hours electricity. We have water. Nobody is as rich as me. I'm the richest pastor in the world. Why? That is this worldview. That's exactly what he wanted to achieve. And he achieved what he wanted to achieve. Look at Pastor Adeboye, for example. He wants to have churches in everywhere, littered everywhere, and he's successful in it. That's exactly what he got. Because whatever they do is an indication or expression of their worldview. And they are very successful in line with their belief systems. So why can't they do what I'm thinking? Because they are not thinking that direction. It's not their belief system. But in the area of their belief system and worldview, they are hugely successful. They are the best in the world. All of them are having the worldview of building big church. And they have huge churches. That is their worldview. So the problem is with the belief system and the worldview.
So there's a power within a man who can believe something. But the question is, what does the man believe?
Do you believe the right thing? Do you believe in the way God believes? Are you believing exactly the same thing that heaven is believing?
Maybe that's why the country is not changing, because you find individual successes in different places. You find sometimes even a small group of community that are successful in different places, but nobody is thinking about the nation. There's nobody who is running with the worldview of the nation. Maybe this is the same reason why politicians are successful only for themselves. They get to the pinnacle of their career. Career people, business people, they get there, but nobody has the worldview of making the life of somebody else better.
I think, let me try to put it in a better way. In Nigeria, everybody believes in being successful and being rich. Yeah. That is the value system.
Yeah.
And that's the value system, and that's the worldview. Everybody you see in Nigeria wants to be successful, and that means rich as well, including the politicians. So politics is the platform for them to be successful. Businessmen is business, pastors is religion. But that is not what my worldview is about. My own worldview is that I am only as successful as the poorest person and as the last person in my community, in my area. So if my success is defined by the success of my environment, then I have to make my environment successful so that I'm not defined as the only successful person. But in my country, they want to be successful so that other people might clap for them. But me, I want to make other people successful, then call myself successful only to the extent that I've made my environment successful. But they want to define their own success and through their own personal achievement. That's why you have that all over Nigeria. It's a national psyche of the nation that must be altered and changed. So that is where that is all coming from.
So it means if there could be some sort of rejigging of mindset where we can give everybody the mindset of community to say, I'm as successful as my immediate community. Maybe that way, even you might not be needed because people will be
everybody will be taking the same way. So we will not need one person. And that's why I need to sell that to the whole country. By the time, that's why I wrote the book about the elite. What do we call the book about?
Role of elite in nation building.
The role of elite in nation building. So that's why I want the whole elite of our country to change. If we could get everybody to change, then I'm not needed. Everybody is doing the same thing everywhere.
Is this
because
why?
The mindset that we have embraced now is what everybody is doing. Everybody is practicing the mindset that is on the ground. So if we could succeed in changing the value system that is on ground, then you change the country. That's why the nations are not great because of their money or their it's their values.
You say nations are not great by the virtues of their riches, but by the riches of their virtues.
Yeah, but we do it, I call it wealth. Anyway, I was not using the quotation fully, I was just trying to quickly.
So my question, sir, is this why you have now said that for even people to work with you on this project, they must go through
I don't need them if they would not be, first of all, regenerated. If they would not, first of all, change their mindset and remake themselves and rebuild themselves to embrace the other value system that is defined by the success of another man rather than by the success of his person.
So when someone doesn't change his mind now, comes into and wants to come into your team, it's going to be more of a
hindrance.
Yes. Instead of being an asset, it will be a liability. Because it will be conflicting with the mindset that the stuff is running with. The old project.
It will be doing the same thing we want to change. It will be standing on the way.
Maybe it's because of this same mindset that people averagely do not believe that anyone could be altruistic without some sort of self-interest, some ulterior motive. There has to be something. Maybe you want to contest for 2023. You are planning ahead. Is that what it is?
For me personally,
no,
I'm not even interested in politics at all. I think politics or going to contest and be a politician is a demotion for me. A lot of people that want to be politicians, they are not speaking their mind. They cannot speak their mind that I'm speaking because they have been careful to tread carefully and
be politically correct.
To be politically correct, not to offend some people. But I have my liberty and I want to keep that liberty.
Wow. So if peradventure now, I've seen your plans, at least definitely not all of them, but I've seen many of your plans and the way you've constructed them. They are brilliant, quite annotated. Your plans are the first I've seen that has specifics, and not just this. Although for some of them they are not specific sums, but you know the range, and that's even in view of what could change over time. And you have plans for every local government. You also have regional plans. You also have geopolitical plans. You also have national plans. So I've seen that, but. Someone who will see your plan, or many people will see your plan, will be like, okay, many people don't think like this in Nigeria. Won't it be good for you to be president, DSA?
Yeah, I personally always say that to become a president is a demotion for me, but I put some conditions before God. I will only agree to be a president if I would not need to campaign. I could do presentation of what I can do for the country, but I don't want to do all these things. Only if the whole country, every region, comes together and say, we see that you guys can do it. You are the one who can do this thing. Please come and help us. Come and rescue us. Come and bring. Only if the whole country will beg me to do it, then maybe I could give it a consideration. Otherwise, it's a disadvantage for me. It is a distraction for me. I think that it is more evil for me to become president than to be who I am. I think it's more honorable for me not to become president, because most people want to become president. Believe me, they are looking for money to do the job. I don't need the government money of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to do the job. The only other reason why I could agree to become president is if the political elite that are there are going to be standing on my way, and they are not going to agree for us to change the country, and the only way to do it is to become a president. Maybe that is the only way. But if that would not be a factor, I don't need to become president, because people who want to become president, they don't have their resources. They're looking for resources to use. That's what they're looking for. They are not looking for opportunity only, but they're looking for the money. They are saying we're going to use the money of the country like this and like this, But I don't need that. So I want to prove to the country that we can change the country from outside without touching the budget of the country. That is what we have done here, and that is what I believe that we are going to be able to do in Nigeria.
Yes, sir. So the other question is also about value system. You mentioned.
You have callers.
Oh, do we have a caller?
Yeah, you have many callers.
Please let's take the call then. Okay. The calls will come in later. All right.
So, idiot.
One of the other questions to ask is about value system, of course. It's easier for the white guy to believe you because people are doing it in his country. How do we eradicate egocentrism in the country? Because even to do this, why I'm asking that question is because I think that will be one of the major hindrance or bottlenecks towards this plan. Because it's easier for you to have plan, but the people who you'll be meeting will still be asking you what is the need for them ab initio from the beginning. So how do we eradicate egocentrism and replace it with a national mindset?
Only by changing the value system, just like I spoke about the value system of being personally successful, or value system of defining my own success by the success of the immediate people around me. So we need to change the value system of the land, and I have a strategy of doing that. Hello?
Hello, is it DSA?
Can you please speak into the microphone so that we could hear you? We can't hear you well right now.
Is it DSA?
Yes, it is DSA, sir. Just we need to hear your voice.
Also, I'm not so clear. Am I okay now?
No, you need to speak louder. That way it's grum. She's still like.
Oh, really? Let me see.
Okay, it's better.
Okay now? Is it okay?
Yeah, now it's good.
Oh, okay, DSA. This is Melvin calling from
Melvin, Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a long time, but I've been away for some time. But this program is so interesting, especially the documentary. So you showing is so impressive, DSA, and I know God has actually prepared you for this task. And I'm so impressed with the level of work you have put into this whole thing. And I'm passionate about the way you talk about it. Most often when I hear you talking, I just feel that if we have so many minds like you, DSA in Africa could have been in a better position. God has blessed Africa with so much resources, but because of our value system and the way we view the world and the way we perceive the world, the way our leaders perceive the world, the kind of mindset, it has not really helped Africa in the way that Africa should actually be. So when you're talking from that position of strength and that position where God has actually prepared you, it's like I just looking at whether Africans can actually embrace this gift that God has given to Africa. Yes, you are actually a gift. And Nigeria play a strategic role for the entire Africa. Nigeria role in Africa is so unique. And that's why, even though I'm a Liberian, but whenever you speak DSA, I don't see you as a Nigerian, I see you as a child of Africa who God has prepared. If only we can embrace and just give you the support and pray that God continues to empower you and God continues to create an avenue that you can one day touch down in Africa and begin to start the process that you have actually envisaged. So DSA, I'm so proud of the team. I'm proud with all of the team and the team of the DSA family. And I'm so passionate, DSA, that one day I will be able to actually join this kind of initiative, because even though we're in the USA DSA, but a lot of things we go through, we know that this country, there is a lot of system in place. That's why anyone from Africa or any part of the world, you come to America, you have to fit into the system. But Africa, if you look at Africa, if you look at the housing system, the way the houses are built, if you look at the way facilities are placed in places, if you look at the streets are completely dirty. If you look at the mass poverty of people in Africa, you know that the country is actually being formulated without a system. There is no system. There is no true value system, and that really burns my heart when I see you actually talking in this kind of line. And I just think that we just need to give you that kind of, we just need to embrace it, DSA. We need to actually pray and we need to gather resources and see how we can actually make this thing happen. Because when Nigeria is emancipated, Liberia is emancipated. When Liberia is emancipated, Ethiopia is emancipated. When Ethiopia is emancipated, so Africa and Bamisaye and all of these African countries. But because the leaders only seek after riches, they don't have real value for the country. They don't have a real kind of plan or vision for Africa. They just come to amass wealth. So when you're talking from this position, I'm so impressed. I don't just want to let this day pass without actually making a contribution with the kind of things, the kind of agenda that you have for Africa and Nigeria in particular. It actually impressed me. And I've always said religion, the African religion has actually kept our people backward. The African religion has actually elevated one person and not the nation. The African religion doesn't see poverty. It doesn't see poverty. Or it sees one person just amassing wealth. And that strategy has not helped Africa. If religion has been the bedrock of developing Africa, Africa could have been one of the developed nations, the developed continent in the world. We have so much religion, but it hasn't helped. And so we need to change the way we see religion. We need to change the way we see the whole process of Christianity. We need to change the way we see things. And that's why most of the time when you talk about the Lord's Prayer, I'm actually impressed by the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer laid the foundation. If we can follow the Lord's Prayer that talk about, pray that the will of heaven be done in Africa and be done on earth, that Lord's Prayer could create a framework that many Christians can follow and make Africa a beautiful nation. So I thank you so much, DSA. I thank you for the team, and I thank you, and I feel that don't be discouraged, DSA. There are a lot of challenges that will come your way, but God has prepared for such a time. And I'm always like one of your team members who is always looking after the work you're doing. And I know one day, by the grace of God, we always actually go through that training process of that you have formulated so that we can actually start the building blocks, that we can start raising those tools that will actually build Africa in a way. So thank you so much, DSA, and thank you to the DSA family again.
Thank you, Melvin. Thank you so very much. You see, Melvin is a Liberian. He even has more faith in this project and in this initiative than the Nigerians, and then the Englishman has faith. Well, I told them now that they don't need to believe. They have the right to doubt, and let them sit on the fence and watch, and they are going to see things with their own eyes.
And just maybe those who don't believe you as Nigerians, maybe they just represent a few of the percentage of people.
I don't even care. I don't care, even if you believe and you don't go through the transformation of your mind, you don't go through the renewal of the mind through this training and the teachings, you are the same for me.
So
I don't really care how many people believe or don't believe. We are going to do what we say we are going to do. You believe me.
Yes,
you wait and see.
Yes,
hello?
Hello, DSA.
Yes, sir. Who is calling from where?
This is Sonata calling from Minnesota.
Oh, wow. Another Liberian, right?
Oh, no. This is too much. Yeah.
Can you speak more directly into the microphone so that we could hear you better?
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to say I'm more excited to call today.
Can you speak right into your device?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know, but I don't know why it's so low, but you might need to speak louder.
Yeah, I said I am so excited to call today.
Yes.
and I like your new look. Yes, you look so good, and I like the new look.
Thank you, bye. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a question that I wanted to ask, but Victor already asked the question, and you have already answered it. I just wanted to say something.
Yes.
Concerning the documentary about the guy with the fair color guy, the one with the glasses. I know the both of them were wearing glasses, but the other one with the coat.
Yes.
He said something, and I started to cry because you the one coming with your idea, and we all have seen what you have done. Trust me, I do a lot of research about you. So if I don't have nothing to add to what you have done or what you say you are going to do, I don't think there is any reason that I should say, oh, let's wait and see, what he's going to do. I'm not saying he's wrong to say that. That's his opinion, and he has his right to his own opinion. But he need every time we try to bring you down, we need to bring us something that will be better than you instead of us bringing you down. Seriously. Right now, people call me Antichrist because I don't go to church. I'm DSA fan, and you don't know what you have done. If only you know what you have done, trust me, DSA. Even if you don't go to Africa, they got people who are already there.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
If you don't go, people don't see, people don't think. People call me Antichrist, they call me a whole lot of names. People who really know me, they got a whole lot of names to call me. But you know what? I don't even care.
Yes.
So for all those who are trying to bring you down, I think we should go back and do research. Like you always say, research, have proof, facts before you confront the person. I know it was a documentary, but yes, he doesn't have proof. And I know most Africans, if it is not us, it shouldn't be another person. That's how we are. Oh, that's just the truth, DSA. That's how we are. So you are doing me extremely well, and I am getting ready for my kingdom fruit.
Beautiful.
I will call you anytime when I'm ready. I will call you in the next couple of months.
Okay.
So thank you very much, DSA. I like your new look. Trust me, it's very cute.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so very much.
I think we'll be.
Blessings.
Okay. I think we should only take 2 more calls so you can prepare for 9 o'clock.
Because she mentioned, so she noticed something very, very brilliantly. The guy in the collar, who is the Anglican priest, he was saying, well, Sunday, he's done a good job. He's has a great job, but we are not sure of what he's bringing, and if he's coming, and there are some questions towards him and some rumors about him. So if he comes and it's not very good or it's not very clean, then we will not need that kind of person. So what? Look, am I asking? Maybe he doesn't have an idea of what I'm coming with. I'm not coming to say come and be my member. I am not coming to say, come and attend my church, or that I'm not even planning to do a church unless God convinces me to do that. I'm not even planning to do that. So, it's like somebody coming to your community and say, I'm going to give you a road, I'm going to give you a hospital, I'm going to give you school, I'm going to renovate and make your country function. And you say, well, I'm going to think about it. Let me think about it if I will need it or not. If I'm going to accept it or not. If we are going to accept it, it's small speech. If I'm going to accept it or not. Can you believe it? Yeah, so we don't know what he's bringing, but let him come and see. But if he comes and he's not satisfying to us, we are not sure. We will see. I'm not saying give me your money. Yeah. I'm not saying join me. I'm just saying I'm coming.
But maybe he's been used to the way things are, that it's very hard for him to believe. For instance, it's just the way we don't understand God. I'm not calling you God in that sense, but I'm saying the level of knowledge that people have could be too big for the capacity that some other people have. So that's why sometimes when you explain an information to somebody, he may not even get it the first time, he may not get it the second time, he may take the third time. What's happening? The first time expanded his capacity a little, the second time expanded his capacity a little. So possibly the job you say you want to do, the information is too big for him, for his own capacity to contain.
Hello.
So there's going to be a doubt.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Who is calling from where, sir?
Hey, DSA, this favor mountain is calling from Delta State, Nigeria.
After your marriage, you disappeared, though.
No. The great man.
Because you've not called there now. You have not called since your marriage, oh.
Yes, I've been following.
Just make sure you are speaking directly. Speak directly into your telephone.
Yes, sir. I'm following you. I just have to be underground, and I'll be doing my research. In short, I have to pause myself a lot. You understand, sir?
Okay.
I have to pause myself, and one thing I want to contribute. God is the one that has sent you to our generation right now. And one thing I want to shock you, your message is all over the place. This is Nigeria now. And people have started asking the questions. What are all the Jews? Like today in my office today, you will see the staff, about 80 of them, we are complaining about this fasting, pastors, where's the money, all these things. Nigeria now, their eyes is getting open now. And the revolution is taking place gradually. I told you, I said this thing we're going to start from where we least expect it from, and that's where this thing is going right now. This transformation is taking place, and they've lost market already because we are the light of this world, and nothing can hide the light. When I was talking today in my staff room, and somebody was trying to challenge me and said, "You are an antichrist." I said, "Madam, let's draw a challenge. If I'm antichrist, tell your God to kill me right now."
Yes.
Because these are the Yes, I said, let's draw a challenge. You call me antichrist because I'm telling you that this thing these Jews are doing. You said, leave them, go and pray. I said, we don't need to pray for them. We need to cry out, because when the righteous keep quiet, evil will triumph in every place. And I said, now we are keeping quiet. Look at you. You are so poor. You have been reading one man book, devotion, prayer point every day for 30 years. Look at where you are. There's no change. And you are calling someone that is making progress in God's kingdom antichrist. I said, okay, let's draw a challenge. And the man was looking at me. So I want to say, sir, the thing is working. In short, you have more disciples now who are ready. More disciples, and they are warming up in their different capacity, in their different level. They are coming out to challenge the people, to question the pastor. Somebody said, they asked the pastor, say, all the money for the church, the tithe and all that, where's the money going? Are we just giving money to build church? Is it the money meant for buildings? That man that spoke yesterday said it all. He said it all. And people are now starting to ask questions in their church. This giving, this thing. Look in winners here in Delta City in Asaba, you will see how they will pray for people to sell their house so that they will extend the building.
Wow.
For you to pray for someone to sell his duplex, his austere, his matchup, so that you can extend the church. That is witchcraft already. Because normally the person does not want to sell his house. You are not praying against the will of the person to sell his building. The old building around the church, they've prayed and they've sold the building to the church, and now they are now extending the building. Poverty all over the places. So, sir, God has blessed me. I didn't remember last when I prayed against witch and wizards. I will tell you the truth, because I don't have time to pray about them, because I'm bigger than them.
Yes.
So, yes, I don't have time to begin to pray, to begin to say it's the witch in my village, in my father's village. I don't even give room to that again, because those are the things that the message they've given to us years ago. Any small pain, you're going to fast and pray. I didn't remember when last I drink anointing oil or use oil to pray for somebody. I don't use those things again. I don't use them again. My life now, in short, God talks to me. For the very first time in my life, 2 days ago, I saw Jesus personally appear to me.
Yes.
I saw him. I didn't fast, I didn't pray at all, but I saw Christ.
Yes.
I was in a place, not took me to a place, I was showing me food. I And when I wake up, I say, this is Jesus Christ. And I saw him clearly.
Wow.
I saw him clearly. So the Christianity, like what the man said, is not the church is not the building. And I know when you enter Nigeria, sir, the day you enter Nigeria, forces will bow.
Yes.
The day you enter Nigeria, even the government will respect you. The day you enter Nigeria, the atmosphere will change. So what they are doing now, they don't want people to know that this man, okay, if this man have done it in Ukraine, changed the whole place, people are looking all over the world. Okay, why can't they still do the same here in Nigeria? Because their gospel is not working. Because God, I said God is not answering their prayer again. God is not answering their prayer again in Nigeria.
Yeah.
God is not answering their prayer. See,
Yeah.
the same Oyedipo that said that we should pray against Fulani Esme, Boko Haram, pray against them, they want to Islamize Nigeria. You are the same person that will carry an article to go and give Obasanjo to go and settle them. What kind of hypocrisy is that? What connects you? Okay, what can you can't go and, are you a peacemaker? Okay, why can't you make peace between the Boko Haram and the government?
Yes.
Because you see that article government will go to favor you. This government is not favoring you. So when you draw the challenge and they should go and, I told them, I said, go and watch the Elijah challenge. Article is not coming back.
It's not.
Come and challenge, but it's not coming back. So Nigerians, we don't want to walk. We are looking for shortcuts. I read one of your book, and that book was very powerful. I have the poverty mindset and the abundant mindset and the
versus.
Is it
the poverty mindset versus abundance mindset?
Yes, that book is something else. That book is something else. People need to go and see, sir. You don't need much because who can read very well should go and read your book. They should contact the ingredients in those books are not just make man understand. Those are God speaking to us. That is God's mind. I read that book, my brain, my mentality start turning again. Start turning again. I said, what kind of?
What about how
it's like a fuel?
What about how the church creates economic recession?
The church. I have not read that book. I don't read that book this week.
Okay.
Yes. So even the church, the government cannot. The church has a major role to play in this our country, but they are not doing it. They are building their own empires, creating wealth for themselves and their children. But if the church is paying I told somebody, I said that a dunamis or what they call him in nature, right from beginning, my spirit never accepted that man's message right from beginning. Whenever I see his book, I don't fall in love to read his book. I don't know why. But when I saw that money that man spent in that building, if that man puts that money to develop Nigerians in the life for people, in the next 15 years, those people will develop another millions of people. But in the next 15 years, that building will depreciate in value, sir.
Yes.
That building will depreciate in value. So these are things that, because like what the man said, they are building churches, they are building bridges, building an empire, schools and all that, and yet just now, to your greater surprise, sir, people don't give money again in churches, so their income is not dropping right now as I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Their income is, people don't sow seed again. Because people are now seeing that, because I told them, the gospel is not working. We are here, because Buhari will not put food in your table. Oyedipo will not put food in your table. You are the one that will go and hustle. You are the one that will go and carry concrete. You are the one that will go to drive your keke, your boss, and you will not come back and give an offering, a tithe to one pastor. As you are leaving, the pastor will call his wife, Mama Ngozi, what do you want cook today? He will carry your tithe and give to his wife to go and cook pot of soup. And so don't worry, God will bless you. And if you look at their tummy, very big, and I say God will bless you. So Nigeria, I know the what we are doing right now, we are clearing the ground. We are clearing the ground. Where you're going to land, you're going to land with soft landing. I'm telling you, sir. They will look for you. They will accept the truth, either they like it or not. This is the truth, and the truth will prevail. Nothing can stop this revolution. They are just making noise. that challenge, nobody in history, no pastor in history have drawn the kind of challenge you draw today. Apart from Idaho said I did it in Benin, no other person, all of them is money issues. And I know that you are getting there. You're going to come to Nigeria because, when God wants to send Pharaoh to go and set these people free, it took time. But surely you will get there.
Amen.
Look at the analysis you gave, that people want to have his own empire, and he got it because of what? His vision and his mindset, his focus.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what is happening. Important is what is happening. But I know one thing for sure: Nigeria is going to be a better place.
Amen.
Africa is going to be a better place. Our value system is going to be one of the best in the world.
Amen.
And I'm saying it. I so much believe in this teaching. People want to call me Antichrist. I look at them, but God is blessing me. My marriage was a very handsome marriage. Everything came. People say, when they saw your comment, and they say, they said, do you know Son Adelaja? I said, it's my mentor. Sir, things have changed.
Wow.
Things have changed.
Wow.
And who you are is doing their own there. A lot of people are doing their own there. Things have changed, sir. And I tell you, sir, we're going to get there. And we'll make it in Jesus' name, sir.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Apostle. Thank you so much. And greet your wife for me.
Sir.
Greet your wife for me.
Yes, sir.
God bless you, sir. Blessings.
Wow. That was a long one, and I think it's good to hear from
Nigeria. Maybe, do we have anybody calling again?
I think this should be the last one, so we can meet in 9 o'clock program.
Well, what can we do? Since the film took long, we have to come a bit later.
Okay, a bit later. All right then. So let's have the calls coming in.
So yes, and the point the brother is making is that the word is going across in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I hope that is the case. And if that's the case, not bad. But people have to learn to read in Nigeria. If they will only read. By the way, I stopped mentioning the WhatsApp number. I think we need to let people know that they can still, order for the WhatsApp or give their WhatsApp number to us so that we could. Because through that WhatsApp, it's going around the message. We are sending them out every day. We are sending out the WhatsApp messages every day.
So I think the numbers we display on the screen.
We have the WhatsApp number. We will display it. Yes.
Okay.
This is the number +38 098 596 3838.
Yeah.
So that is the number for the WhatsApp. If you want to get our messages, just write to that number. Send your number to that number. Send your number to our number, and then we will be sending you messages every day. So our number is +38 098 596 3838.
I think we should also remind people about HMT.
Yes, the next HMT is coming up in next month, February, from the 2nd to the 7th. So from the 2nd to the 7th of February next month, we have HMT. So if you have not yet registered for it, please go ahead to my blog, sundayadelajablog.com/HMT, sundayadelajablog.com/HMT, or you could write to hmt@godembassy.org. Yep, and then my books, you can read them for free on Kindle Unlimited, or buy them on Amazon, or you could write to the office if you are buying in bulk, and write to dsasbooks@gmail.com. Yep.
All right, so you heard it here. HMT, don't forget to register.
Do we have a caller?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening. Is that Noeline?
Yes, sir.
Nice to hear you in the new year. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, sir. You called my name yesterday. I had so many appointments that I couldn't.
Because I was expecting your call. I
know that if I was here, I would have contributed.
Yes.
Okay, let me start with today's own. What I want to say, when you are telling somebody an imaginable thing, because for Nigerians, what you are saying have never been heard before. Nobody have heard it that a man can say, I will rebuild a nation. So to them, they are still imagining, is it true? Is it going to be true? How does it look? It's just somebody imagining like a story tale. You think, oh, maybe I'm just reading it. Is it real? Is it fake? So that's the position where they are.
Right.
Because it's not expected that somebody can be thinking of such magnitude, of such thing to do for a country. You're not talking of one state. You are saying all the states.
Yes.
So to an individual, it doesn't seem real. So they are still watching out. Let's see. Or maybe he's just boasting. That's as far as my own knowledge is concerned.
Right.
What you are saying you are going to do is bigger than what they are thinking about.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Right.
That's all I can contribute to that. So it's not like there might be doubt there and then, but it doesn't sound real to them because all they've been knowing is somebody eating, taking from them, planning how to grab whatever they have. But rather, this person is telling them how I'm going to give. Not just giving to one, but giving to all. So that's as far as my own knowledge can take me.
Beautiful.
The other one I want to say about yesterday, this lady that wrote that book, that lady is 100% correct. Please, Dr. Sunday, don't listen to anybody that is telling you my father did that and my father did that. Percentage of people in bondage.
But Noeline, but you two had a good father now.
Sir, no, sir. I had a good father, but my father never went to farm. My father never cultivated. Rather, my father knows how to share the food. My father is very educated, very talented, but he never gone to farm. He never been to any farm. We only have one brother anyway, but he does his own part in the family in terms of chores and everything. But when it comes to education, he was placed. His education is more important than any other person because he's a man.
Okay.
Others is going to marry and go and not be in the family. So your education is not equally important as his own.
Okay.
Yeah. So percentage of people that regard men higher than women, to me, it might be 99%. Only 81% that think that men and women have equal footage, especially the wealthy ones.
Wow.
Or the prominent men. They want to show their men off. They want to show their male children off rather than the women. Because women belong to somebody's family.
Wow.
So please, anybody that is telling you that the percentage is higher is lying to you.
Wow.
Percentage of male are regarded as more human. If you remember my comment the other day, I said if I'm a governor or be in position to make law, the first law is to understand that every human being is a human.
Wow.
There's no understanding of that in Nigeria at all, that women are human beings. They are just regarded as part of a building or part of things inside the house, the content of the house, but not part of the building itself.
Wow.
Until we know that women are part of building that can build a nation or build anything, then life will be easier for us in Africa.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. That is about the book of gifting, Topsy Gift. I am a woman, I am human. I am a human. I am a woman, I'm a human. So that's it today. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should draw the curtain today, so we could quickly prepare for the 9 o'clock program. Yeah. But I think someone still wants to see the WhatsApp number. So please, you could just display that on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Someone asked for it one more time.
098 596 3838.
All right. So guys, that's the number if you want to receive messages from our WhatsApp number here every day. I think messages go out every day. So thank you guys, and that's our show for today. It's been a pleasure discussing Nigeria, and I believe there are still going to be other times you'll talk about your plans, maybe sector by sector.
And I have a lot of videos already on YouTube, but I think I'm going to do the presentations again.
Yeah.
So that people will have full understanding about what I plan to do.
And you could just check the Nigerian Transformation Project on YouTube, and then you understand what we're talking about. And Dr. Sunday Adelaja has so many different discussion topics on YouTube. So when you get to YouTube, you can search through all of them and find just anyone. You can stay on any series. And trust me, you could see as short as 30 videos and as long as 90-something videos. But that place is a free library, and I want to challenge you to pick one series today and start it, and you see your life will never be the same after completing even just one. But let's say go for 3, and then you see just what the difference is. HMT starts in February on the 2nd, and you can still register, especially for those of you who are living outside Nigeria. It's easier to get to Ukraine from there. And don't forget to be a part of every conversation. Leave your thoughts. And if you have questions to ask, DSA is always answering questions. There's a particular show for that called Ask Dr. Sunday. And if it's more private, you can always write him personally and he gets to respond. And so that's it from Bamisaye Victor. And I want DSA to have his final say before we end today's show.
Thank you so much. I hope that people will spread the word about the new Nigeria and the film, the documentary. These people who are not even Nigerians who did this film. If they will have more faith, so much faith in Nigeria to invest their own money into creating this film. These are tens of thousands of pounds. They went to Nigeria, they came to Ukraine twice, they went everywhere just to get this documentary together. I would like to challenge everybody, if you are Nigerian or African, to do a party, watch party for this video. Let's do watch party for this video. Just play it and let's hope come to our people again. Thank you so much, everyone. Peace.